Scott Brubaker.
And I'm Cameron Brown. Thank you for joining us. Rise and Shine Oswego starts right now.
Today, Oswego's progress on its goal to increase graduation numbers, find out when and where the next meeting is taking place.
How 2020 grads can have a second chance at missed high school milestone. Details of the event coming up.
And the buzz around the next artist to take on the Deb. Find out when the reveal is.
Rise and Shine Oswego starts right now.
And good morning. Thank you for joining us on this Wednesday morning. Let's get right into our top story. Today is the day students across campus have been talking about.
Who will be performing at the end of the year event known as Ozfest?
Student Association Programming Board, also known as the SAPB, will be announcing their decision at 12:30 p.m. today.
The announcement will be outside the Deborah F. Stanley Arena out in the Marano Campus Center Concourse.
Last year, Party Next Door was the main artist and tickets were $15 at the box office.
Today, SUNY Oswego is hosting a book talk by local author and historian Ann Allen on her latest book discussing Holocaust refugees in Oswego. At the height of the Second World War, President FDR ordered Oswego's Fort Ontario to close to 1,000 refugees. In her book, Holocaust Refugees in Oswego, From Nazi Europe to Lake Ontario, Allen talks about this and more. The book talk will be held in Penfield Library, classroom 215, today from 10:20 to 11:15 a.m.
This week, the African Student Association is partnering with the Student Association and Auxiliary Services to bring students a Laker Gala. The event is also being called the Post-Pandemic Prom and is being aimed at pandemic graduates who did not get their high school senior prom. The organizers of the event says that she hopes a variety of students get to come together for this moment.
My goal really is to bring together the immensely diverse student population into a room, into a space where we're simply just having fun and celebrating how far we've come since the pandemic.
And the event will take place from 7 to 10 p.m. this Thursday in the Sheldon Ballroom. Tickets are free and formal attire is required.
SUNY Oswego President Peter Nwosu and the members of his Vision 4040 committee are holding a town hall meeting today to update members of the campus community of the progresses the committee is making. President Nwosu has previously announced that campus and community involvement is a critical part of creating a strategic plan for the future of the university. The initiative aims for Oswego to award 4,000 degrees each year by 2040. The town hall will take place from 3 to 4 today in MCC room 201.
And this year's Quest Day lineup has been announced. The presentations will be taking place next Wednesday, April 17th, beginning at 8 a.m. and going until 6 p.m. This event will host a multitude of speakers, presentations, performances, and more. The keynote address will be given by Henri J. Houston of Paramount Creative and Strategy this year. He will be speaking from 1 p.m. to 2 p.m. at the Campus Center Auditorium. To see the full lineup, go to www.oswego.edu/quest.
Today, Penfield Library will be sponsoring a faculty research exchange from 3 to 4:30 p.m. SUNY Oswego Communications Professor Ulysses Mejas and Cinema Screen Studies Assistant Professor Tiffany Dieter will be hosting the event to share the highlights from their respective research and activities. All members of the campus are welcome to attend the event in Penfield Classroom 215, and no tickets for admission are required.
So skies are clear here, very not comparable to last week when it was rainy, but I heard there's some hail in Texas.
Yeah, some very interesting weather from Mother Nature. Our Storm Team 10 meteorologist David Rienzo is here to share what's going on in Texas and here.
Yeah, both Texas and Louisiana are seeing some very severe weather. Some baseball-sized hail has been reported in Texas and strong winds as high as 86-mile-per-hour gusts in Louisiana. Now, this low-pressure system is going to move up from the Central Plains into our area, bringing less severe weather, but still hazardous nonetheless. But you know what they say, April showers bring May flowers, and we are certainly in for some showers this week with some thunderstorms possible in the afternoon and some very hot, windy weather coming up. I'll have more in my full forecast, but first, back to you guys.
Right, thank you, David. Coming up, the Oswego Step Team Image will be joining us to tell us about their organization and give us a little performance.
And find out what controversial decision was made by the Tennessee State Senate last night.
Say, President Stanley, whenever there's bad weather, who would you turn to?
I'd turn to Storm Team 10.
No,
right
but you've
here.
got to say it like this. Storm Team 10. Say it with me. Storm Team 10.
Roll it.
Jill
Should we
told me it
tell
was
him?
Kitty from Glee. Yeah, what is
It's
it?
Al Roker.
Welcome back to Rise and Shine Oswego. Let's get right into talking with our guest. Today we have a special interview today on Rise and Shine Oswego with the STEP team here at Oswego, known as Image.
They're a co-ed organization that educates people on ways to step and adds to the forms of expression. Please welcome Image.
All right, hi, good morning. How are you?
I'm good, how are you?
Doing good, thank you. So first, can you start with your name and what you do with the Image STEP team?
Yes, so my name is Sierra. I am the president of Image Step Team. Basically what I do is, I've been on the step team as a freshman. I'm a junior now, and so I make sure that things are going the way that it needs to go. I'm also director of special events, so I handle positions, I handle script, things like that, and just keep the team together overall.
And we've heard that you have an upcoming event. So what details can you share with us?
So our upcoming event is our second annual showcase. It's called Lights, Camera, Image this year, and we are going to be doing some different interpretations of movies that you may or may have not seen. Yeah, we have some electric performances coming up, some other dance teams, some other guests performing, so you can look forward to that.
All right, so I'd say tell us a little more about your organization, but I think the best way to tell us about your organization is to show us what your organization's all about. So can you give us a little routine?
Yes.
I'll hold this for you. We'll step out of your way. The floor is yours.
It's called Sierra Mist, named after myself.
Woo!
job.
That was awesome.
Yeah.
Whoa. That was so good. Here, I'm gonna hand this back to you. That was amazing.
Well done.
We running quickly, short on time today, but is there anything else you want to add, last to say?
Yes, tickets are $5. They increase the 22nd to $7. They're very cheap. Do not be shy. We're a very nice team, and come see us. Come support our team.
All right, thank you very much for joining us today, Sierra. That, like I said, that is all the time we have for. And thanks for spending time with us on Rise and Shine Oswego.
All right, well, thank you. So let's toss this to David Rienzo for his full weather forecast.
Thanks, Cam. Yeah, right now as you're heading off to class, you're noticing some very cloudy skies on your way there. It is pretty warm though, luckily, 61 degrees, and this is going to continue throughout the rest of the week. We've got some very warm weather finally. As I said, temperatures are going to increase throughout the rest of the week, and it's finally starting to feel like spring, but with that, we are also going to see some increase in rain. You'll notice that we've got some widespread showers going from Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, most of the weekend ahead of us. Also, some chances of lightning with this storm, so you may hear a rumble of thunder, especially today is when you're most likely to. Around noon is when rain's going to mostly pick up. Now, we've got the highest chance of rain on Thursday and Friday, and then it starts to dwindle off as the weekend starts, but you may expect some rain early Saturday morning. If you're getting up before sunrise, that's when you can expect the most. Now, for today, you're noticing some very high temperatures, 59, but that's just going to drop as the day continues with this cold front moving through. Clouds in the morning starting to drizzle with some lightning expected around noon. That's your most likely chance to hear some rumbling of thunder. And rain continues throughout the day, and it sort of starts to peter off as this cold front passes. But Thursday is when we're seeing this low pressure system moving up. And with that, it's going to bring some very gusty, strong winds. You may have noticed earlier that it was a red, orange hazard. 39-mile-per-hour gusts. So if you've got your umbrella out there to block yourself from the rain, our crack team of meteorologists have decided there's a 90% chance that your umbrella gets inverted thanks to this wind. Now, looking at the 7-day forecast, rain, rain, rain. But thankfully, next week, you're looking at some sunny skies and warmer temperatures as that starts to increase now that we're getting into what feels like officially spring. But Saturday and Sunday, you're noticing some very strong winds. Saturday and Thursday is when we're seeing the greatest, strongest winds, so be careful out there. Friday night, especially into Saturday. That is all for my full forecast. Now back to the desk.
Thank you, David. Thousands of New Yorkers' driver's licenses are still suspended after failing to submit a vision test during the pandemic. From March 1st, 2020 to August 31st of 2021, the state DMV allowed drivers to renew as long as they submitted a vision test within a year. The deadline expired in November of 2023. As of April 5th, 36,000 licenses are still suspended. You can check your status online and get a vision test at any DMV location.
The Tennessee State Senate has made a controversial decision last night regarding safety in schools.
Sharon Danquois reports on the community's reaction to the bill.
Clear the gallery.
This is the decision many say took a heated Senate vote to the next level.
I really thought the Lieutenant Governor would listen to the voice of the people. You know, we know overwhelmingly so many Tennesseans do not support legislation like this. I really thought that they would at least hold off and hear from people.
Nashville teacher Lauren Shipman Dorrance is talking about House Bill 1325, a bill for teachers to carry arms.
There's been a lot of misinformation about this legislation. This bill does not require any teacher in this state to carry a gun while working.
Instead, senators say the bill they voted to pass and send to the House floor is aimed at allowing teachers to conceal and carry guns if they want to. They say they're trying to protect students from mass shootings. We asked Lieutenant Governor Randy McNally why he voted yes.
Maybe one individual that was properly armed and properly trained could prevent a shooting. I think there are enough safeguards in the bill to make sure that teachers and students and parents' rights were protected.
The bill requires teachers to go through a week-long course, be approved by a county sheriff's office, take a psychological test, have annual training, and get principal approval. But Lauren and some Covenant school parents say so much is missing.
Under this legislation, are parents notified if a teacher in their child's school is carrying a weapon?
That information is kept confidential.
I do get the intention. This isn't the right way to go about it. We just want our kids to be safe, and surely there's somewhere that we can meet in the middle and respect our Constitution and do that.
Some teachers say not only does this put an immense amount of pressure on them, but they also believe it will only make a situation worse.
I've been a teacher for 17 years, and I can't imagine ever being put in that position. I don't think I could ever do that. I don't know that I'd feel safe to stay in a teaching role, to be honest with you.
The bill states that teachers will not need to disclose if they are carrying a weapon. And Cameron, that's raising a lot of eyebrows.
Absolutely. Conversations about the bill will continue, and many are questioning if the bill should have been passed or if having weapons in the classroom will protect the students.
And as of Sunday, it has been 6 months since Hamas launched a surprise attack in Israel, and Israel responded by declaring war. In Gaza, 33,000 have been killed and 76,000 injured. That's according to Hamas. Most killed have been women and children in Israel. 1,700 have been killed and 8,700 injured. 800 of those killed were civilians. All hospitals in Gaza also have been affected by the crisis. And still to come here on Rise and Shine Oswego, our entertainment reporter Kanaya Mabry will tell us more about Oswego's upcoming production of The Addams Family.
And hear how you can be involved in an exciting philanthropy event on campus this Friday.
But before that, let's take a quick look at what's on the menu today.
All right, so for lunch at Lakeside, there is a chicken curry and Italian chicken sausage. And for dinner, there is chicken tenders and curly fries. At Cooper, there is chicken speedies and pulled pork for lunch. For dinner, there is broccoli stuffed chicken. In Pathfinder, they have chicken patties for lunch. And for dinner, there's honey glazed ham and pasta.
Say, President Stanley, whenever there's bad weather, who would you turn to?
I'd turn to Storm Team 10.
No,
right
but you've
here.
got to say it like this. Storm Team 10. Say it with me. Storm Team 10.
What's going on?
Yeah, dude, we go on at like 11:30. It's like
No.
What do you mean no?
It's 10:30.
10:30?
Yeah, it's 10:30.
What do you mean it's 10:30?
Hey, don't touch that. That's my ladder.
Hey, man.
Whoa.
Did you know this book was already discounted 10%?
Wow. Get a close up with that one. Matthew.
Look at that.
Can we go back inside? I want to sleep in the studio again.
is presenting the Addams Family Musical. There will be student performers who have been working hard to tailor an amazing experience. Here's how the stars playing Morticia and Gomez feel about making a great show.
Kind of nerve-wracking almost, because you want to do it right and you don't want to disappoint your audience. So, yeah.
It's also like finding a balance, you know, between finding inspiration and making the character your own.
Starting April 16th. It will be $15 for general audiences and free for SUNY Oswego students. To the desk, have you guys heard anything interesting about what's going on with this show?
No. I don't think we have.
So I actually have a little tidbit, and I know like Kanai and I were talking about this earlier, is at least one of the nights, I think it's 2 of the nights maybe, they're doing an all-female production crew on it.
Ooh. Oh, wow.
Which I think is really awesome, and that's like kind of taking me back to the WTOP. We had an all-female hockey broadcast earlier, which I think that's awesome. I think that's pretty cool. Kanaya, what else you got?
Well, coming up, the Phi Sigma Sigma sorority will be hosting its annual lip sync battle this Friday, April 12th in Chinman 122. It is a philanthropic event in which all money made will be donated to the Kids in Needs Foundation. If you are interested in joining, there is still time to sign up and there will be prizes for the top 3 winners. It costs $3 to participate, and for those who want to just enjoy the performance, admission is $5. For more information, there will be tabling in MCC from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. today until Friday. If you want, you can contact Kelsey Lindman if you are interested in participating. Are you guys thinking about participating in the event?
Why not?
Did not have plans.
Cameron, are you going to?
Yeah, probably.
Do you have a preferred lip sync song?
No, maybe a couple rap battles. But
Couple rap battles. Ooh, okay. David, any lip sync song you like to do?
I'm a big fan of Bruno Mars.
Bruno Mars.
I just think he's got a good couple songs he can lip sync.
I would say Miley Cyrus is always a go-to for lip syncing for me.
Yes, of course. Yes.
Okay, and some other news. Mattel is working to bring people together with their new launch. They are releasing a new collaborative version of the famous game Scrabble. The version is called Scrabble Together. Instead of competing, it will have players working together to complete goal cards with helper cards if needed. Mattel says the new game mode, which comes after more than 75 years after the original, is made for anyone who feels intimidated by word games. It will be released across Europe, but there is still no word if they are releasing it here in America. I'm not gonna lie, I'm very interested in playing this with my family on Sunday nights. How about you guys?
I'm already bad at Scrabble, so I don't know about learning a new version.
I love Scrabble. Me and my brother are huge fans, but no one else in my family seems to enjoy it, so maybe this could get the family to actually play a game of Scrabble together.
Yeah.
See, this is the first time I've heard this story. And you know what? The first thing that came to my head is when are we gonna get a Scrabble movie? We got Barbie. we're getting what? Like the Magic 8-Ball movie they said is coming soon as well.
Did they make one for Clue?
I think there's also
the Clue movie. There's a Battleship movie too.
I think they're making one for Candyland also.
I've heard
like
that.
that game.
Yeah, I would watch.
Yeah,
I would watch that. All right. What else, Kanaya?
Going to something else, we have SAG-AFTRA, the union that represents Hollywood actors, which you may have noticed has been in the news a lot recently. It is pushing for legal protections against AI usage across the entertainment industry. One bill would require detailed consent for the use of digital replicas. These replicas include uses in audiobooks, video games, product endorsements, and concerts. A separate bill also asks that studios be prohibited from putting deceased performers in movies without the consent of their heirs. If passed, the California measures would expand very limited AI provisions that are currently in place, which only restrict what studios can do in movies and TV shows. The Motion Picture Association has come out against the digital replicas bill. It argues that legislation would restrict common post-production techniques that have been used for decades. In terms of this one, I'm not sure the SAG-AFTRA actors know exactly what they're pursuing, and I hope they reach their goals. Documentaries and feature films both bring true stories to the big screen in different ways. Today's Entertainment Report features a trio of previews for such movies. Here's Daniel David with the Hollywood Minute.
Round, round, get around, I get around, yeah.
3 brothers, Brian, Dennis, and Carl, a cousin, Mike Love, and our good friend El Jardine. That's family to me.
The Endless Summer returns with The Beach Boys. The documentary features never-before-seen footage and new interviews with band members and other music luminaries. It'll be fun, fun, fun when The Beach Boys debuts on Disney+.
How about that?
Joe. Where'd you learn to hit like that?
How would you boys like to be the first members of the San Felipe High School golf team?
Us.
Latino caddies buck the Juan Crow discrimination of the 1950s and take the course in The Long Game. Jay Hernandez and Dennis Quaid star in the golf drama based on a true story. The Long Game opens in theaters Friday.
So y'all current military or are you vets?
Army all the way. Trail name's Bacon.
I'm Army. Trail name's Peanut.
I'm a Marine. Trail name's Mini-Me. How about you?
Well, I'm Army, but I don't have a trail name yet.
Oh, don't worry. Your trail name will find you.
The Keeper tells the story of George Eshelman, who hiked the Appalachian Trail to raise awareness of military member suicides, carrying the name tapes of 363 service members who died by suicide. The film follows George as he tries to complete his mission and keep steps ahead of his own dangerous depression. The Keeper opens in theaters May 24th, Memorial Day weekend. In Hollywood, I'm David Daniel.
On May 24th, The Beach Boys debuts on Disney+, and The Keeper will open in theaters, while The Long Game opens in theaters Friday. That is all for my entertainment report.
All right, thank you, Kanaya. Stay tuned to hear how some airports are finding a new way to put anxious travelers at ease. It could be your last chance to see one occur for 2 decades, as the next time one will be visible over the continental U.S.
He's May 84. Yarrow told police in the hospital that he had pressed the doorbell and waited.
They mix with oxygen and nitrogen and become briefly
What's going on?
Yeah, dude, we go on at like 11:30. It's like
No.
What do you mean no?
It's 10:30.
10:30?
Yeah, it's 10:30.
What do you mean it's 10:30?
Hey, don't touch that. That's my ladder.
Hey, man.
Whoa.
You know this book was already discounted 10%?
Wow.
Wow.
Get a closer with that one.
Broadcast
Matthew,
news.
look at that.
Can we go back inside? I want to sleep in the studio again.
When I was in foster care, I never knew when I would have to move, so I always had my suitcase ready to go. Then one day, I was adopted. My new parents opened their hearts and home to me. My parents cook my favorite breakfast for me every morning. My parents take me on trips I never thought I would go on. They gave me a home and an even better reason to use that suitcase. My parents aren't perfect, but they're perfect for me.
Finally this morning, if you miss this show or any of our shows on WTOP, you can watch everything back on our YouTube page.
From news to sports to original productions, all you have to do is look it up, WTOP 10 on YouTube.
That's our report for this morning. We'll see you right back here tonight for WTOP 10 Nightly News.
La 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 la. Free. La 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 la. La 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 la. Free.
I want to eat apples and bananas. I need to eat apples and bananas. Why can't I eat apples and bananas?
Support the Feeding America nationwide network of food banks to help provide meals to those in need. Join us at feedingamerica.org.
We'll deep dive into our feelings in our Real Talk segment. Stay tuned because it's about to get real.
And it could be your last chance to see one occur for 2 decades, as the next time one will be visible over the continental U.S.
He's May 84. Yarrow told police in the hospital that he had pressed the doorbell and waited.
They mix with oxygen and nitrogen and become briefly